up, you guys? Today I'm going to be talking about and using the e.l.f. and Jkissa collab. Here is the palette. Super cute. I wanted to grab the entire vault, but there's only like 55 of them available. And as soon as I went to go put it in my cart, it was gone like that. So that kind of sucked. But I was able to get the items that I did want, which was the palette, as well as the eyeliner. There was a mascara to go with the rest of the collection, but I wasn't really feeling the mascara too much. I'm not a big fan of brown mascara just because I feel like it doesn't do anything for me. So yeah, I'm gonna prime my eyes and zoom the camera in, and we'll get started on the eye look I want to do. Okay, so for this look, I wanted to do like a wing kind of thing, and then like a smoky bottom lash. So I put some tape down for a guideline. Every time I put tape on my face, I always put it on my hand first to take away some of the tackiness. That way when I remove the tape, it doesn't really pull my skin too much. So the palette also came with this little tiny brush. It's super cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and use it to put down the first color. I'm using the pencil side, and I'm gonna take the color My Moon, I believe is what this one is. I'm gonna just pat that right up against the tape and on the lash line area. Wow, that looks great already. Okay guys, that's it. That's the end of the tutorial. That's all there is. Just kidding. How many times do I make that joke in like my videos? Almost every video I make that joke. I know, I'm terrible. So now all I'm doing is buffing out the edge a little bit. Just by laying the brush flat against my eye and just wiggling back and forth. So I'm going to use the other side just to buff it out a little more before I go in with another color. So I got some new brushes that I also will be using for this tutorial. Aren't they so pretty? It comes with face brushes too. They're from a brand called Featherella. They're mostly a lash brand, but they have these brushes and I believe they're still on sale right now. I'll put the link in my description box to them if you're interested, because aren't they so pretty? So I'm going to take the little pencil brush from that collection. I'm going to pick up the shade Mac and Cheese. Also, isn't that a super cute name? Like, oh, I love. I'm just going to pat that right above My Moon. I'm actually really impressed with how pigmented these shadows are. This is my first time trying e.l.f. shadows, and color me impressed. Now I don't know if the formula for their other shadows is like the formula for this palette, but as far as this palette goes, the formula is amazing. I'm just doing the same thing that I did for that My Moon shade, which is just patting on the color and then blending it out by laying the brush flat and wiggling it back and forth. Going back in with that rusty shade. Why does this look remind me of a corn dog? Like a corn dog with some mustard on it. I don't even like corn dogs, y'all. Corn dogs are nasty. I'm just going to run the Mac and Cheese shade in the crease as well. Okay, so now I'm going to take the fluffy side of the little brush and the shade BFF, and then just run that right above Mac and Cheese. And this is just to diffuse the edge a little. So you don't need to blend a lot here. So I think I want to deepen the color closer to the lash line. I'm going to take the purple, which is Danger, and just run that right at the very bottom of my moon. Okay, to highlight the brow bone, I'm taking 23 and just lightly dusting it. Ooh, that's pretty. It's really pretty. I might try using this shade as a highlight as well, because I know that's why Jkissa wanted this color to be the biggest one in the pan, so people could also use it as a highlight. Alright, so that's it for the top of the eyeballs. I'm gonna take this tape off real quick, gently. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out and then I'll get started on my foundation. Okay, peace out for now. Back. Let's get started on this face. I decided to do my base on camera for once, since this eye look was pretty simple. So I'm going to take my Fenty foundation. Yes, I know it's disgusting. Hush your mouth. I'm in the shade 290. I'm just going to take a little squirt, and then I'm going to take some moisturizer. This is from Glam Glow. It's their Nude Glow moisturizer. This is like a sample size that I got in one of my Sephora orders. But it's really nice. I like that it has a slight like glow to it, as the name says. I know, I'm so good at talking. So anyway, I just squirt a little bit into that, and this is just to share out the foundation, because I just like a lighter coverage foundation for like everyday wear. I just mix that up with my fingers. I'm gonna dot it on my cheeks first, and a little on my neck. I like to work in sections with this foundation because it dries pretty fast. Okay, and with whatever's left over, I'll just go in and add more coverage to the areas that I want it. And I'll just keep doing that until I run out of foundation, because you can see how much is on it. Because I don't like to waste it because it's expensive. Okay, now I'm going to take some concealer. This is the ColourPop No Filter, right? No Filter? Yeah, No Filter Concealer. I'm in the shade of medium 24. I'll shake it up. You probably don't have to shake it that violently, but you know, I like my concealer to know who's boss. So when my coverage is so light, I don't like to put a lot of concealer because it'll look super obvious and weird. So I'll just do a few little dots here, and then down my nose a little, my lip and chin, and just blend it out. Okay, so now instead of contouring, I like to take the Flower Beauty blush bombs in the shade, what's the shade? Cinnamon, which is like a orangey bronze shade, and I'll use it as a cream bronzer. And you don't need a lot at all. And then I blend it out right away. So I like to use the rounded side of the sponge. If your sponge doesn't look like this, obviously it's all going to be round, whatever. But I like to use it to where the point is facing down, because it makes it a little sharper on the side of my cheek. But of course, if you don't like that look, you can just use the bottom part of your sponge to blend it out and make it really diffused. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm taking the Cover FX drops in the shade Rose Gold, I believe. Yes, Rose Gold. And putting a little bit, just a little tiny bit on my little palette. You seriously need just like 1 or 2 drops. Like, I don't think I'll ever run out of this stuff because you just need so little of it. And I just pat it on my cheekbones. And then I tap it in with my finger. And I like using my finger more than a sponge or a brush, just because I feel like it really helps melt the product into the skin and not sit on top of the foundation. Okay, now I'm taking a cream blush from LA Girl. I warm it up on the back of my hand first before I go in on my face. And I just tap it on. Of course, I like to put blush on my nose because I'm a weirdo. And then I will blend it in with a sponge. Now I'm going to lightly powder just the center of my face. And I'm using the Kat Von D, what is the name of this powder? Locket powder. I'm going to be using the brush that I got from Featherella. I tap off any excess back into the container because I really just want the tiniest bit of powder. And then lightly tap it on. Okay, now I'm going to lightly bronze with a powder, and I'm using my NARS Laguna bronzer. And just go lightly over that flower blush that we put. Now I'm going to use that shade 23 from the Jkissa palette as a highlighter. Just lightly tap it first. And swirl it. This is really pretty, holy moly. Holy moly. Wow. Now I'm taking the Milani blush and Tea Rose. I'm just lightly dusting it on my cheeks. Okay, so that's it for the base. I'm gonna get started on the under eye area now. So I went ahead and zoomed in a little bit just so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little better. I'm gonna be taking her eyeliner, which is this really pretty like navy. And I'm just gonna start by going over the waterline and the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take a little liner brush, or it's like a little angled brush, and use that to smudge out that liner a little bit. Now I'm going to take a little pencil brush and the color Alien and run that right underneath the blue liner. Taking a little flat brush and more of that color Alien and running it just a little bit lower just to really bring that color down. Alright, now I'm going to take the color Sway. I'm going to pack that on the inner corner. Okay, so I'm going to put on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts. So I went ahead and just applied like a half lash just to keep the look not so dramatic. For my lips, I'm going to take Jeffree Star's lip liner in Androgyny. I wish Jeffree would have made his lip liners like the twist kind, because as much as I like the formula, I hate having to sharpen it because it never sharpens evenly. It just like frustrates the out of me. Now I'm going to take my Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. Alright, so this is the final look. And now on to my thoughts. First of all, I'm so happy Jkissa finally collabed with somebody. Nobody deserves it more than her. She's so talented and artistic and a breath of fresh air, especially in the beauty community, because so many bigger beauty influencers are just, you know what I'm talking about? I think you do. Anyway, so yeah, the palette, like I said, the colors are super pigmented. They're beautiful. I like the range of the colors. You know, you got this really bright green, but then we can tone it down with this like beige brownie color here, and then this color, this sway. I love it's almost like a duochrome with the shift that it has. It's so pretty. And then this shade here, I feel like could work on pretty much every skin tone as like a highlight, because it's not too light and it's not too shiny, obviously. Like, I know I'm horrible at swatches, I'm sorry. But I feel like because it's so sheer that it can work on any skin tone. As far as the brush goes, I mean, it's cute, but I know if I travel with this, I'll probably end up losing it like really fast. So there's that. And then for the eyeliner, I really love the color that it is. I love that it's a twist component, because sharpening stuff is a pain in the butt. It's very pigmented. I don't know what the wear time is like, obviously, since this is my first time trying it, but it feels like it's gonna stay put. It has, it's almost like a thicker consistency. It didn't go on super smooth, which is a good sign to me, because usually liners that go on really smooth for me are gone like within half a second of putting it on. Okay, so for the brushes that I got, there's not much to say. They're nice. They're a synthetic material. They're soft. Obviously, they're very beautiful. But yeah, I like them. They work just fine. So yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts on everything that I used today. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when my videos go live. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!